Hey, hey. Good morning. Good morning to you, Marcus Conti reporting. Do. Hello. Hello, world. Hey, hey. Hello, world. Morning, everybody. Marcus Conti reporting. Oh, Granny Cat. Hi, everybody. Marcus Conti reporting on Marcus Conti 2. Wow. You must be saying to yourself, if I just popped up in your stream, wow, where the hell has this guy been? Oh. Well, we have been here. We have been here. Where have you been? We're on Marcus Conti 2 today because the channel, the other channel, is temporarily closed on YouTube for repairs, I guess, for YouTube saying something, strike this, strike that. The algorithms are teaching me what I can say and what I can't say, and I feel good about that, right? I want to be part of the machine. Hello, bots. Thank you for joining us. And the strike was for using the T word, right? We're learning what can and cannot be said again at all in America. It could be troubling if you think about it that way. Wow, we have censorship in America. We have a system of checks and balances that will not allow certain ideas to be expressed. Now, the idea that I expressed that got whacked off of this channel, alleged idea, right? Because there is no, court of appeals or anything. But the alleged thing is that somehow I advanced an idea that Trump, that the election in 2020 was somehow misrepresented, right? Which is not ever what I say. What I say is that, look, you can call discrepancies in elections in America. You could call it election fraud. You can call it cheating. You could also call it, and I think Trump should start doing this as well. You could also call it being outwitted, right? Because in today's day and age, right, and it'll make sense what we're talking about in a second. You know what? I don't even want to talk about this too much anymore because it just throws gas on a fire that isn't really necessary. And we are here, we are live today, and I'm going to let that go. Right, we're doing okay. We're doing okay, and I want to talk about the markets. The stock market has been up enormously over the last week. Dow, Nasdaq, and the S&P all showed a outstanding month. The month of July was one of the best months since 2020. So it does look like we're coming off the bottom. And that's important because if you're a schmuck and a nobody and a guy who has a little bit of money, now's the time, or it appears to be the time, where you too can step into the market and get rich. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Weevil Girl for finding us. Buddha Girl as well. Infinity Martini. Champs. Everybody's here. Right? It's like business as usual. We'll be back. I think it's a seven-day suspension. So we'll be here for the week, and we're going to be very, very nice. We're going to be very pretty because look, I'm always nice and I'm always pretty, and my hair is always beautiful, and I always strive to express and advance the concept of love. Right? Intellectual inquiry is not hate. Intellectual inquiry, when a guy sits at home and voices one's opinion, voices his own opinion, that is an expression of love. That's all it is. To know what other people are thinking is love. To want to silence those people is a act of, I'll say violence. Yeah, it advances the idea of of hate, I think. So anyway, Marcus Conte reporting. I have a website. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. Again, mostly the stock market. Let's dive in. Right. So I have a website. That's Granny Cat, by the way. I have a website. It's marcusconte.com. Right now, we're streaming live on YouTube, and we're on Marcus Conte 2 right now. And if all this fails, we'll be right back where we started. Just go to marcusconte.com and go to D Live, and we're live every morning at 9 a.m. Right, every morning at 9 a.m. somewhere. Right now we're here. Right, until the storm settles, right? Until the clouds pass, right? The clouds it may take a while for the clouds to pass. But here's my website. I have a tip jar and Patreon, or you could just join us every morning at 9 a.m. And here we are, live on Marcus Conte 2. Oh my God, look at that. We're live right now. You click on that button, right? So let's start here. So Marcus Conte reporting on Gene Simmons of the infamous band Kiss. Kiss, right? Rock, fucking, what songs? What's Kiss? I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Right? Kiss. Gene Simmons announces final tour with Kiss. I know Gene Simmons is old. Kiss has been around a long time. Gene Simmons is fucking 72 years old. How old is Gene? 73-year-old rock star. Is it over? Is rock and roll stage performance over? Is it silly? Do young people look at guys like Gene Simmons and say, "That ain't no rock star. That's an old man in a fucking in a Kiss suit." Even if he invented the Kiss suit. But Gene Simmons has declared, and Kiss has done this before, said, "Oh, final tour." Right? And what do? They rally the troops around, they rally their audience around the fact that this may be the last chance you have to see Kiss. Right? And then when they're 84, another 10 years, they'll be sitting in geriatric chairs. If they're all still alive. All of Kiss members are still alive, despite, popular, the belief that they were going to kill themselves, right? Like all rock stars do. So Gene Simmons, in his own words, saying, "I'm 73 soon. I carry 40 pounds of armor and 7-inch dragon boot platform heels. The physicality makes it my last tour. Makes it the last tour. I can't sit in a chair picking a guitar like blues musicians. I know you can't stay on stage too long. Better get off while the getting's good." So there's Gene Simmons declaring the last Kiss tour. If you're a Kiss fan, you better get out there. I'd love to play a Kiss song, but we fucking can't because of the copyright crap. So Joe Biden, Marcus Conte reporting, Joe Biden, he's got COVID again, twice. Joe Biden, 4, double vaccinated, double boosted, Joe Biden said. "I'm double vaccinated, double boosted, and Paxlovid." Joe Biden has double vaccination, double boosted, right? Meaning that he's got 4 injections and some Paxlovid. What the fuck is Paxlovid? What the hell is Paxlovid? Excuse me. What is it? Paxlovid, right? So Joe Biden is paxed with Paxlovid on top of his 4 vaccines, and he still has COVID-19, the deadly disease that gives you something a little more than the common cold right now. Once upon a time, it killed people, I guess, but now it's... So Joe Biden, he can't get himself healthy. What did he say? Let's see what he says. Is he apologizing for his sickliness? Is he trying to ensure everybody that he's fine? No, he's blaming the former president. Listen.
Here's the bottom line.
Okay, Joe, give it to us.
When my predecessor got COVID, he had to get helicoptered to Walter Reed Medical Center. He was severely ill. Thankfully, he recovered. When I got COVID, I worked from upstairs of the White House, and the office is upstairs, and for that 5-day period. The difference is vaccinations, of course.
Oh. So Joe Biden, there's Joe Biden. There's Joe Biden hospital shaming the former president, Donald Trump, At the height of the pandemic, Trump got COVID. Nobody knew what it was a year ago. That was possible grounds to take a closer look at what was going on. So Joe Biden is shaming him for that. Shaming him. Saying, oh, Trump ended up in the hospital. Me, I'm Joe Biden. I worked right through it. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make it up. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for finding me. Marcus Conte reporting on his channel. We're on a hiatus here on channel 2. So can't make it up. Joe Biden. Joe Biden's sick again. The sickly Joe Biden. And we live in a sick society, right? We live in a sick society. Look at this. Woman luring men to Bronx hotel where cohorts rob, duct tape them in sex scheme. Whoa. So you're online, right? And you meet this lovely, big, chunky woman right here. Look at this big chunk, right? You think you're meeting a cutie, or maybe you like this big blubber hanging over her gut, right? Big blubbery legs, right? Twerking and stuff, right? All black woman, black man, 2 black cohorts and a black woman running a scam, right? On Facebook. Be careful on Facebook, men. If you're looking for sex, you're looking in all the wrong places, because what you might get is a good beatdown. How's the markets doing? I'm following the markets right now because they've been a wild upward ride. Look at this upward ride, man. We're going to break it in another 10 minutes, and we'll see how it opens. Looks like we're pulling back off the top slightly. That's normal after an enormous run yesterday and the day before. 3-day run right to the top. Right? So if you look at the daily, I guess while we're here, we'll talk about it. Right? You see the daily on the NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ's all the way down. It's actually this one right here. But you see how the NASDAQ is all the way down. We're coming off the bottom now, right? Is that the bottom? Is the bottom in? I don't know. Is it going to come? I don't know. Hey, people are saying the bottom might be in. Marcus Conte believes that the bottom to the market is in. So your lowest point right here is maybe NASDAQ 11,000 maybe, more or less, right? And right now we're at NASDAQ 12,003. What's the upside? 16, 18, 19, who knows, right? Who knows? When the wolves of Wall Street return, right? You look and say, oh, no, it can't go any higher. Look, here's the weekly, right? Oh, no, it can't go any higher than that. Look how high it went. Oh, my God, now it's going to come all the way down. But look historically, right? Historically, the markets go down. They bounce off of this green line, which is the 200-day moving average. All right, and then what happens? They turn around, they go right back up, regardless of the story. And you see over here as well, right? You see like right over here where my cross is. All right, you see that's where we are right now. We're coming off the bottom again. It does look like it could be a convoluted bottom. I could be delusional, but it does seem that the bottom might be in right there. And we're gonna confirm that over the next few weeks. So I was talking about these cohort guys. These guys. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful if you're looking for sex. They can't sell drugs anymore. Marijuana's legal now. So now we're going to lure you into a hotel and beat the shit out of you. We're going to beat the wallet out of your pocket. It's the new way. Right? Look at this. Man tries to rape woman on street. Right? Let's see. What happens? So there's a man, and he's walking, man. He's chilling. Oh, no. There's the man. Let's see. There's the man. Hey, man. Oh, my God. Like the woman is, imagine this shit. Imagine this fucking shit is happening right now on the streets of New York, in Brooklyn. I used to live there. And the man walks up to a woman, tackles her, and tries to get some sex on the floor while the dog runs off. Fucking dog. That's why you need a bigger dog, man. You need a bigger dog. So what's the story here? Here he is, black He's a blackie. We can't see the skin color of the woman. The dog is black. Black dog. Because that's where we live today. You got to know the color of everybody, because critical race theory is teaching us that race rules. Whatever race you are, that's where you're coming from. If you're white, then you are coming from a place of privilege. And if you're black, you're coming from a place of needing to get more of everything, and you're excused for raping someone on the street or luring them back to a hotel room and beating the shit out of them and taking the money out of their pocket. So I think we're going in the right direction in this country. The T word, I'm not going to say the Donald, the T word, anything that talks about the T word in a neutral and or maybe positive light is banned. You will be harmed. Why? Because Trump is bad. Oh my God, Trump is horrible. Trump is horrible. Don't talk about him in a good way. Well, here's what Trump is saying, right? So there was this swap, right? That's where we are in politics. It's rather sad, right? Here's the problem. I could tell you the problem that folks like me have, right? Folks like me don't have a political party or a political favorite. We love and hate everybody equally. We judge them on the content of their character rather than their political position. And in America today, you're not allowed to do that. You must be with us. And if you're not with us, therefore you are against us. That right now is the climate of politics in America. And if you don't believe it, just, well, try it and see what happens, right? I am bearing witness. Marcus Conte is an investigative journalist, whistleblower in part. And I am telling you that's what's happening. You cannot be without a party in America. You must. Independent? Fuck you. Right? That's just another word for Republican. Independents are Trump people. Look, that's the state of politics. And I do try to stay out of it. I'm just pointing out the fact that, for reasons that we're here today, is because I pointed out the fact that there are many people in America that believe election fraud in this country occurs. Now, that's not my belief. That's a statement of material fact that millions of people in America believe that. And to point it out is not advancing the claim. It's simply pointing it out. There are millions of people, probably half, that believe that the elections in this country are extremely integral and extremely safe. And there's the idea that elections in America are rigged is ridiculous. See, there's people on both sides of the spectrum. What I believe is irrelevant. What is real is the numbers. That's all that's real. I don't know. But here's the Donald. There was a prisoner swap. A prisoner swap, right, with Russia. All right, so if you're a government and you got prisoners, you got all these extra prisoners laying around in prison cells, you bargain, right? They're like fucking poker chips, right? How many killers you got? Oh, I got 25 killers. And what do you got? Oh, you got this woman right here, right? So this woman, her name is Victoire Bout, right? Victoire Bout, right? She's a Olympian, right? A WNBA star. She's a basketball player, right? And Trump is saying that this is ridiculous, that we traded, this girl went into Russia with a couple of vapes full of hash, right? She had, the shit that you get in the dispensary or something, the opiated, the THC-laced, the extract of cannabis, right? She went in there with some vape. And for that, in Russia, you can get 10 years in jail. So you're a stupid ass for doing that. Right? It's like when you go to their country, What the fuck is in your mind, right? And that's what Trump was pointing out. Right? Whether it's, I mean, Trump obviously has this notion that drugs are bad no matter what. I don't see it that way. I see it more as the consequences of the drugs are bad. Look at the consequences for a couple of vapes that are perfectly legal throughout America. You can get THC vape, at any fucking, dispensary in America. Right? And it's legal and it's okay and it's acceptable and there's no crime surrounding it. But when you take that vape and you put it in your pocket, get on a plane, go to Russia and try to get through customs, now we have a problem. So that's the problem, right? So there's sympathy for that woman. And what did America want to trade for? They traded this guy. They want to trade this girl, right? They want to get her back. And they're going to give Russia something in exchange. And they're going to give a guy named, no, it's Viktor Bout. This is Brittany Griner. I had the names wrong. Excuse me. Brittany Griner is the prisoner, is the girl or guy, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And they're exchanging her for the merchant of death. His name is Viktor Bout. Right? This guy is a alleged weapons sales that fuel deadly conflicts around the world. Weapons sales that fuel deadly conflicts around the world. Hold that in mind for a second as we look at the markets. Right? Deadly arms sales. We have those too. We have publicly traded companies in America that do deadly arms sales all the time, no problem. But there's a guy in Russia. There's a guy from Russia. He's here in U.S. prison for 20 years, and we're going to exchange him we're going to do a swap. And Trump says this: she went in there loaded up with drugs in a hostile territory where they're very vigilant about drugs, Trump said. They don't like drugs. And she got caught. And now we're supposed to get her out. And she makes, a lot of money, I guess. We're supposed to get her out for an absolute killer and one of the biggest arms dealers in the world. Killed many Americans, killed many people. So that's Trump's opinion, which I disagree with. I totally disagree with him. He's making the girl out to be right. Agree, Trump. She did something foul and she shouldn't have done. But the arms dealer, is he really that bad of a deal? I tend to not think so. And now it's time to go to the markets because here we are. So Marcus Conte reporting on the stock market. And where are we? Right. Rivian down 2 cents. It looks like, let me start here. So the S&P 500 is down 28. Dow is down 130 right now. Again, this is expected after a big day. NASDAQ down 100 or 0.83. And it looks like we're going a little bit, we're correcting a little bit off the top. Going a little bit lower today, and I think it's just a bounce. So we're coming down. You see how we're coming off the top right there? Let that correct. And how's the big board doing? I'm gonna make this a short stream because I gotta go. I gotta follow this. So Apple. I'm gonna go the whole day, length. Apple down $1.37, Amazon down $1.42, Google down $1.49, Meta, formerly Facebook, down 2.5. So everything is in red right now. Everything is red. How's Bitcoin doing? Even Bitcoin's down a little. Let's look at the arms dealers. The arms dealers who sell arms to other countries to advance their death wish. Raytheon up 50 cents. Lockheed Martin up $7. Conflict. We love the conflict stocks. The arms dealers are up, right? And they're giving back the Russian arms deal. They're gonna give that guy back, right? We don't want to prosecute that guy. Give that guy back. Get that guy out of the system, man. Right? What else? Pfizer. I want to stop a second. I feel like I'm rambling. There is a direct correlation between the stock market and social issues, like war, like vaccine, like monetary policy, like inflation, like market crashes, where you suddenly have a lot of money and then you have no money. There is a direct correlation between your life as an American and a citizen of this world and the stock market. And all of these issues that we talk about can be seen in the stock market. It could be seen there, right? And for example, that's all I wanted to say. Right? When I'm not making fun of Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, I'm merely pointing out the fact that this is their central business. Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, their core business is arms manufacturing. Right? That's what they do. They manufacture arms, they sell it to other places, or the American government themselves. And what are those weapons used for? They're used in the name of defense, right? Or in today's terms, counterinsurgency wars. Right? That's what they're doing, and that's simply what I'm pointing out. I'm not making that up. That's the business model of these companies. War escalates the price of the stock. Now, when you look at, say, Moderna or Raytheon or Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or Pfizer, we're talking about really the same issue. The same exact issue, where, not the exact issue, but the same concept of Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson make money on vaccination. They manufacture vaccination and they sell it back to the United States government, where the United States government pays billions of dollars to distribute it worldwide and to its own people in the name of saving the planet from COVID-19. That is what they do. So if you like vaccine and you want the world to be vaccinated, then you would get behind Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer. Now, again, I'm merely pointing out, I'm not making a claim or advancing the claim at all on vaccines. What I'm stating is a material fact that many, many people, human beings, reject vaccine for their own reason. That is a statement of fact. Some people don't like it. Some people love it and like it. Some people are indifferent about it. Those are the facts, wherever you stand on it. Right? Wherever you stand on it. I have my own opinion. I know many people that have not been vaccinated. I know many people that have been vaccinated. My opinion is irrelevant. What is relevant is the fact that Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson on the stock exchange go up when vaccines and COVID-type viruses are circulating around the globe. That is a statement of material fact. That is inescapable. You want vaccines, right? Well, someone's got to make them. Who makes them? Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer. Right? And what happens to the stock price? It goes up because they're selling. Is it bad to say that Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna have a interest in selling vaccines to see more vaccines being sold? Yes. Yes, they do. That's their business model, selling vaccine. They sell other things too, but that's a big one. Right? Those are statements of material fact. That's not conspiracy theory. That's what's actually happening right in front of your eyes, right? Weevil Girl, yeah, we got struck. Weevil Girl points out the other channel got a strike for for pointing out that there are people in America. They claim the claim is that I somehow advanced the idea that the 2020 election would have been different without cheating. That's not really what I'm advancing. I point out fact. I point out facts that many people in this country will never believe that the elections are free and fair until you change the system to make it clear to them that they are free and fair. You don't just run them over, right, and try to silence them and kick them in the balls. Right? That's all I did. That's all I ever do. I point out the fact. Right? So we're here anyway. We're here anyway. And that's it. So in that rant, how we doing, man? I think we're still up. Are we still up? Yeah, it looks like we're just teetering right now here at the bottom. Rivian, as I said, I'm now a shareholder of Rivian right around this level, 33-ish, 34-ish. And I'm long, for disclosure, long the NASDAQ right now. I'm long NASDAQ. I believe it's going to go up. I think we're just, we're fudging along the bottom right now. You could see the dip and then the almost instantaneous recovery from the dip. Buy the dip. Buy the dip crowd is back. The dippers are back. So let's go on. So am I a conspiracy theorist? Let's listen to MSNBC and we'll try to hear some real news. Ready? Let's listen.
Donald Trump.
Let's listen.
As 76-year-old defendant Donald Trump looks at the final chapter of his life, he knows tonight that he is likely to spend the rest of his life as a defendant.
To spend the rest of his life as a defendant. Why? Because he's constantly being prosecuted from people like you, constantly being smeared. Is he going to be a criminal? Listen to the advancement of the conspiracy. This is conspiracy theory. There's no basis in fact to any of this. All it does is say Trump is bad, Trump is bad, Trump is bad. That's what it is. Right? I don't care. I look, again, my opinion is irrelevant. We're pointing out the facts. What is Mr. Lawrence over here at MSNBC doing? He's advancing a conspiracy theory about Donald Trump.
Donald Trump looks at the final chapter of his life. He knows tonight that he is likely to spend the rest of his life as a defendant. He is already a defendant multiple times in several different kinds of civil lawsuits, including, most importantly and most dangerously to Donald Trump, lawsuits brought against defendant Trump by Capitol Police officers who are suing Donald Trump for causing their injuries during the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
That's actually factually incorrect. Trump is being... That is not true. There are really very, very few of the Capitol Police. They're suing for compensation. Nobody's trying to tie Donald Trump into an insurgent. So it's a lie.
It could take years for those lawsuits to come to trial.
They always take years, Lawrence. He's stating inaccurate. He's gaslighting you. Right? He's gaslighting.
Verdicts in those lawsuits could be appealed for years. If Donald Trump loses those lawsuits, he will not only spend years in the appeals process of the lawsuits. When the appeals process is exhausted, he will then spend years trying to avoid payment of what will surely be hundreds of millions of dollars in judgments that would leave Donald Trump penniless.
So the conspiracy theory is that Trump is on the brink of financial disaster because 35 frivolous lawsuits are filed against him, and maybe one, you might find a judge that'll approve one of the 35 frivolous ones, and that'll stick, and that'll break Donald Trump. Right there, that's a conspiracy theory about a former president. Why is that acceptable? Why is that acceptable in America? Why?
I
It doesn't bother me. I'm pointing out the fact that this reporter was scratched for speaking about issues of elections and the possibility of Trump becoming president again, right? As opposed to this guy saying Trump's going to be thrown in jail, his civil lawsuits, he's going to be broke. He'll be a defendant for the rest of his life.
What I just described.
It's the same. But why are these people monetized, allowed to publish?
Could easily account for every day of Donald Trump's life between now and at least his 90th birthday, if he reaches it. And then there is the possibility of criminal defendant Donald Trump in District Attorney Fani Willis's grand jury investigation in Georgia.
So now he's going to whip it into criminal. Donald Trump is a criminal. All right, so that's all I want to say about that. But this is Lawrence O'Donnell. He is a lead anchor on MSNBC. He has the last word. And there he is, reading from the teleprompter, reading the latest conspiracy, how to smear their opponent, Donald Trump. The opponent of Donald Trump. Now, I got to tell you, to point out Lawrence O'Donnell's conspiracy theory, right, is viewed by many as support for Trump. It's not support for Trump. It's support for a concept that you may be unfamiliar with if you work in, mainstream media. It's called the Constitution of the United States of America. Free, fair elections, freedom of the press, freedom of speech. I don't have any problem with Lawrence O'Donnell saying what he's saying. For all I care, he wouldn't get the time of day. But he's being forced fed this. He's force feeding this garbage to other people. And when you look into the chats, the comments, there should be a change to the rules. If a former president's convicted of a federal crime, he loses all benefits, including Secret Service protections. So the kooks in the comments want to see Trump without Secret Service protection so that some crazy person can kill him. He should lose his protections. It's not me saying it. It's in the comments right there in front of your face. Pointing it out. That's all I do. I point it out. I'm just pointing it out. Oh, this guy's cool. This guy right here, I want to talk about this guy. So that's enough about Trump. That's enough about fake news, Lawrence, whatever. This guy's fascinating, right? This guy was I gotta check something. I'll be right back. All right, we're coming right back off the bottom. There was the dip. Oh my God, the dip was in at 32. Holy shit, I missed it. So there it is. And instead, I'm here hanging out with you guys while I missed the dip. While I miss my dip. Anyway, let's look. So what are we going to talk? Oh yeah, so this Seth guy, quickly. This guy, Ohio man ditches teaching in favor of higher pay at Walmart. Wow, you remember he's a gay teacher, right? Hi kids, how you doing? Oh, he loves to teach, right? He's probably a great teacher, right? He'd love to be in this kid's class. This guy's class, right? He's probably a fascinating teacher, right? Seth Goshorn, right? Seth Goshorn, a Jew. He traded in his second grade teaching position for a job at Walmart. See, that's the new economy, right? He used to make 43 grand teaching young kids how to spell. And now he makes 55 grand a year fucking telling people what to buy, crayons, right? He doesn't teach kids about crayons. He sells them the crayons. Right? It's just a sign of the times. I think it's fascinating when you point it out. That because when I was a kid, jobs like Walmart and McDonald's and Burger King and I don't know, Pathmark, all these giant chains were intermediate jobs. They were jobs that you did to get ahead in something else. But now the something else is these companies. The name brands are what you aspire to become. You want to be a computer graphic designer? Great. Work for Walmart and make graphic designs about how to sell crayons to kids. You see how it's become subservience, a form of modern day slavery to the cause. Right? You're not free, right? People like me who people think I'm free. I'm not free. I got a boot on my throat all the time about what I can say and what I can't say. People are afraid. YouTube is afraid of what I know. They're afraid. Hold on a second. I'm going to make a point of this, man, because look into my eyes. YouTube is afraid of what is going on in this man's mind. Right? What's inside of your mind? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking that the elections in this country are not what we say they are? Are you saying that the holy vaccine is not as holy? Is that what you're saying? Right? What's going on in this man's mind? Right? That's where we're at right now. It's fucking scary, man. It's scary. I hope I didn't scare you, man. But that's what's happening, right? There's this eyeball that's blaring down on all of us all the time. And how do we get away from it? But that guy, fuck you, Seth. Sorry. Enjoy yourself, right? Another sign of the times. Amazon, stock that just went up, right, on blowout earnings with third quarter forecast looking even better, is cut 100,000 jobs from their roles. Right? So people say, oh, recession is bad. I have less money to spend and I have to work harder. Right? That's your fucking problem. Right? Think about the logic. You're a regular person. You view recession and inflation as something bad. Right? It's, I make less, my money doesn't go as far. Right? I have to spend more to get less. Right? Who does that benefit? There's an exact correlation, the exact opposite correlation for business. When you spend more, they make more. When you work harder, they make more. When you work less, they make less. When you spend less, they make less. Your disadvantage is their advantage. You spend more, they make more. You're pissed off that you had to spend more. They love it because you're making more, right? So how are they making more? By cutting 100,000 people. That's 100,000 less jobs that they have to pay. So they spend less. They get the current people to work harder, do more for less. And what happens? Wall Street loves it. Why? Because the numbers are in favor of Amazon. I just explained the world economy to you, right? Every shitty advantage, every shitty thing that happens to regular people is transversely, most of the time, in favor of oligarchy, in favor of big corporation. There's no stopping that. Why complain about it? Why complain about it? Ride the coattails of it is what I'm trying to tell you, right? JB says YouTube can't handle the truth. No, here's the deal. YouTube's truth is different than our truth. YouTube's truth is government mandates. The government says if you allow that type of speech on your platform, we're gonna come after you with lawsuits and we're gonna shut you down, Google. That's what they're threatened with. That's their truth. So some jackoff like me comes along expressing his own truth, and my truth conflicts with their truth. Right? That's what happens. That's what happens. The source of it is I guess it's the political parties in power. They're the ones calling the shot. It's very convoluted, but here's the problem, right? You could try to figure out who's at fault, but it comes down to a simple concept, a simple purely American concept. Censorship is bad. When you look, if you're in a group of 5 people, right, and 5 people want to talk, but all you do is talk, and you don't shut up and listen, and nobody gets to hear anything else but what's coming out of your mouth. 4 people are not happy while 1 is happy. That's censorship, right? That's a form of censorship. Gaslighting, stonewalling other voices, right? Is it censorship, or is it just using your muscle to edge out conflicting ideas? Right? Why don't you just shut the hell up? You learn a lot more by listening. You understand better by reacting to people's reaction. I got to look at this one more time. Are we still going down? We're going way up, man. Look at this. Look at this. You missed it. You missed the dip. You missed the dip, Dippy. You missed the dip, Dippy. So we're going higher. We're going higher. I missed that. That pullback right there. I was trying to get that. I got a little right down here, 32. I wanted to get a little more. Anyway, man. Anyway, the show cost me my position. And if you think that the markets aren't going up again, look where the money's coming from, right? These are the wealthy. These are the ruling class of America. These are the mouthpieces of the oligarch. This is it. These are your elected officials that go to Washington with some sort of mandate by the people to make social change so that their lives get better. And they turn around and throw you under the bus and make more money for the machine. That's what they do. Now look at the money that's going to flow into the market. It hasn't done it yet, right? Stimulus. What do we stimulated the economy to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars, $1 trillion, $2 trillion. Nobody even knows how much money poured into the markets. So the Democrats with Manchin and Schumer whipped up another one, $485 billion in energy, climate, and healthcare expenses. Now, don't get worked up about that. The money's going to go into climate change. No, it's not. It's going to go and chip makers. Right? The market goes right back into the markets. And then those same wolves of Wall Street do what they always do. They take most of the profit, put it in their pocket. They start cutting people left, right, and center. They start buying back their own stock in the open market to drive the price up and profit from that move. They work in the interest of the shareholder, right? So another $485 billion, right? Another half $1 trillion flying back into the market, right? So there you go, man. You can't make that shit up, man. So anyway, man, I'm fed up, man. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for finding me here, and we'll be here for the remainder of the week, if we're allowed to. I don't know. I don't know what's allowed to be said and what isn't allowed to be said. I think that we're really out on a fine line right now, where look, the technology and opinionists and the whole machine is pointing in a single direction. Look, I'm okay with 2 things. YouTube points out that some of my videos appear to be vulgar, go into a sexual, cursing. I would like myself to stop doing that. I am going to stop doing that. There's no reason. I believe in, I guess, for lack of a better term, my talent, my ability to express myself to you. I believe in that talent, right? And And for that, I believe in my talent. What am I trying to say? So I don't have to curse, right? But the other gray area is this area of what people call politics, where everything is so connected to something else that the mere mention of this horrible political figure that half the country just fucking hates, Donald Trump, because he did so many bad things to us, right? That is a very, very hard problem to navigate around. The only way to navigate around it is to embrace it and then start banging on the table that Trump is bad, Trump's going to jail, like Lawrence O'Donnell, MSNBC. Trump's going to jail, criminal, he's a criminal, civil lawsuits piling up, he's dead, he's done, he's hurt, he's hurting the country. Right? You're not allowed to be neutral. You're not allowed to point out a good quality. You only are allowed to smear their enemy, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's what I'm here to report today. Mark Visconti reporting. Right? Thank you, YouTube, for giving me that story. I appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your depth of knowledge. And I appreciate the ability to hang out and play granny cat videos. Look, again, Mark Visconti reporting. I'm a guy reporting on cat videos. And, see you guys tomorrow, man. Hopefully we'll be here.